Alright, Knights of Apollo, what's up guys? It's Apollo here, and are you ready for another juicy, another delicious, and I'm sorry, I've been saying juicy a lot, I don't know why, but are you ready for another glorious siege battle in Total War Rome 2? Get your snacks and drinks, we've got a total beatdown between some of the best factions in the game. They're going to be taking it out. They're going to be fighting it out, is what I meant to say, on this beautiful barbarian settlement. So on the attacking side, we have Boii, and they're teaming up with the Roman boys. Look at this, 2 Roman armies. So Rome's kind of standing together. Boii's kind of like, look, all right, we'll fight with you, okay? We'll fight with you, but keep your distance, all right? Mind your manners. We're not that close to your Rome. Now defending the settlement, we have some really awesome factions. We've got 2, not 1, but 2 Seleucid armies. And the icing on the cake, which sounds delicious. Icing. Who doesn't love to just eat icing? I probably should stop. It's really unhealthy. No, I'm just kidding. I don't eat icing. I don't know what I'm even talking about right now. But the icing on the cake is Sparta. Sparta is going to be joining 2 Seleucid armies in a barbarian settlement. It's going to be quite the matchup. Very exciting. Let's go ahead and press play where we already have some artillery bombardment coming down. They're saying, hey, whoever lives in this house, screw you. We're going to destroy it first. So poor guy just lost his home. Hopefully the community can come together and help rebuild that. But it looks like they're actually trying to go for the wall here. Which, yeah, not exactly. That was a good volley right there. But overall, the shots are missing. I do recommend that if you're going to bring down a wall with artillery, you control it yourself. You are way more accurate than the AI if you just tell it to fire. So yeah, I would just take control of that thing and yeah, see, look at that. Look at that. Only 1/4 of the shots landed. It's at 45, not even halfway, and I'm sure he's used up a ton of ammo. Now, the other armies are just kind of sitting back and waiting. Now, the unfortunate thing with this Roman army is that he has no siege equipment. Well, he's got a couple, of course he has the artillery, but I would like to see more. Even if you don't use it, always have it at your disposal. Boii is almost at the walls as we speak. And I'm really curious to see what's going to be waiting for him here. Are we going to see Spartans? I'm already seeing some Seleucids over here. They've got the rock beds here. Oh, there we go. Here's some Spartans. We got some Spartan mercenary Cretan archers. And they will vanish back into being invisible. Okay, yeah, they're gone. But yeah, the siege towers are pushing up and getting ready. See, what are the first units here? Celtic warriors. Look at them. They're like, all right, let's go. And they're already storming in. And Seleucids are going to hang back. They're going to hold this choke point. They're going to hold the choke point of this position. And they're just going to let loose their volleys. Now, he's going to let this 1 unit of sword followers kind of take the heat here with those volleys. And now they're going to charge in. Still absorbing a lot of the Jaffies. It's pretty nasty. They're already down to 92 men. Not a terrible number, but we've got another unit kind of returning the favor, throwing in their Jaffies. And they're going to charge in against these Silver Shield Swordsmen, which is an excellent unit. Very tough. It's going to be a tough battle to try to get through this unit, but Boii can certainly do it. Boii is a fantastic faction. Now over here, holy pikes and hoplites. We've got 2 pikemen and 2 hoplites already ready to go. Look at these boys. Look at these boys. All right, so let me just explain. I don't think you should do this. I think Sparta's already making a mistake here. And the mistake is, I don't mind them falling back and holding this choke point, but don't use the pikemen yet. Pikemen are very weak to archers, and if I'm Boii, I would simply stand here, not engage. Maybe you can move up the infantry and throw some javies at these pikes, but I would just move up the archers, which he's doing right now, and just throw things at the pikemen. Just throw projectiles, and it's going to make your day much better. It's going to make this siege battle way more easier to break through. So yeah, little tip, always save the pikemen for last. Keep them in the back, whether you're attacking or defending. Keep them for end game, because they're very weak to archers, and they'll get chewed up by archers so quickly. Over here, a nice little push here by Boei. They are trying to hold on to a flank. It's really important that Rome starts pushing, which he is. There we go. We got the Triari. Why are they charging in first, man? Historically, they were like the reserve unit. And even in this game, I think that's what they should be, a reserve unit. Don't charge them in first. Let the swords go in. Now, thankfully, he is committing some swordsmen. This is actually not a terrible move here because he's got some of the Seleucid forces surrounded. This breach point has finally been opened. More siege towers are letting loose the war machine, the Roman war machine. Some cohorts pushing up, and artillery is just really shelling these Eastern spearmen. It's just Eastern spearmen too. And well, these guys are thorax swordsmen, but you can flank them. You can definitely flank him, which he needs to do. Now he's got some more cohort moving up to reinforce the Triari. And we've got archers in the back trying to support this fight. But Rome's doing a great job here. Rome is doing a good job. This is definitely going well. Over here, it's a little concerning for Boei. I think the Seleucids are doing a good job of containing them. And then over here, Sparta's just asking to die. Which, by the way, he's already down to 112 men. 112 men of these Spartan pikemen. Look at, he doesn't even need archers. He can use this siege tower alone, which, you know, thankfully for him, is focusing down the pikemen. And he just moved a unit of heroes of Sparta away from this gap and left the Spartan pikemen. Like, it should be the opposite. Leave the hoplites. The hoplites can handle, you know, archer fire. Like, hoplites are made for that. Hoplites are the tanks, in a way. Like, they're the tanks of the battlefield. And my game just crashed. Son of a bitch. Okay, we're back where we left off. As I was saying, the hoplites are like the tanks where they, well, like a tank that doesn't do a lot of damage, I guess. They can withstand a lot of archer fire. They can withstand waves and waves of swordsmen clashing into them. And that's what you need holding this front line, supported by archers. Something that's, you know, the archers are like, you know, the bombers of the ancient world, you know, dropping bombs on, I don't know what I'm referencing here, but you get what I'm saying. Back over this way, we're seeing a huge successful push here. Okay, that was huge. Rome pushed up some cav, killed some archers. Boei is on the verge of victory in this small area. Seleucid's trying to hold on here still with these very awesome silver shield swordsman. There we go. With 107 kills already. And then over here, he's got more thorax swordsmen holding back the Roman cav. So good teamwork there where Rome was coming in the rear. I need to be careful what I say sometimes. They were charging the rear of the enemy. And they helped the sword followers. And this is now open where the allies can easily, you know, move troops back and forth and support each other, which we see Romans already doing that. Over this way, the Seleucids, man, this is not a good formation for them. This is not a great formation where they've got troops getting outflanked right now. There's gaps in their lines. This is just a bit of a mess, and it's only a matter of time until Rome slowly pushes through. I think what the Seleucids need to do right here is to consolidate his forces, try to save all that they can, and probably fall back. Reform somewhere else and reestablish your lines and prevent this big flanking maneuver that the Romans are doing here with the Triari. But yeah, there's just too many Romans. There's too many Romans, not enough Seleucids, and not good enough of a formation, so they need to fall back. The rest of the Roman forces, the other army, some Praetorian Guard marching over to support this main assault, which I don't blame him. He should. Now, it would have been huge to see this player who's shifting over his troops, if he used these siege towers and just attack the gate right here. Now, I don't know, maybe you can't use siege towers here, even just a ram, because you would easily get behind enemy lines or cause troops to fall back and have to defend this, which would make it, you know, would make it easier for these troops to push in. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised they're not trying to make a move, or even way down here he could make a move, you know? And just do something elsewhere other than these two parts. But it's really not a big deal. Rome and Roman allies are doing fantastic. And they continue to push. Look at this fight. Juicy battle. Let's go back over here. Let's see what the Boei's doing. Just chilling. just chilling. He did fight off the Spartan cav. Not sure what the Spartans were trying to do there. Now, Sparta is doing something smart as well. They're not just sitting there and taking it. They are using some archers to deal with these guys. I just don't know if it's worth it. I mean, what is he doing? What is he doing? He's basically just like, hey, kill my pikemen. I don't want them anyways. Why are they facing this direction? Sparta, man, is just not in a good place right now, and I feel for him. He's got 91 left in this unit, 199 now left in this unit. The pikes are dying. I assume they went with the 2 pikemen rule. Archer fire coming in, javvy fire. I think these are skirmishers, so they're like javvies. But yeah, they are just dominating Sparta right now, and Sparta needs to do the same thing as the Seleucids. They need to fall back and wholly flank. Oh my god, okay. They have just, yep. So they found a gap in the lines over here. They're pushing infantry through. The cav has found a gap in the lines. And what are they going for? Straight for the Spartans. Now, good map awareness by Sparta to realize, well, he needs to turn his troops around. He's getting his archers out of there, but the heroes of Sparta are getting destroyed from the rear. But he needs to... Yeah, that wasn't good. He could have done so much better there. He could have easily have turned these 2 units around, made a little wall, protected the archers, and now the Roman cav is in the back lines just wreaking havoc. Reeking. So they're crushing these archers. It's not a pretty sight. Back over this way, the Seleucids are pushing in. It looks like they've got a couple reinforcements, or maybe they're reforming their lines, which they should do. The Romans are... they flanked around with that infantry. Now they're behind the defending Seleucids, which they need... Ooh, what are they doing? They need to move. He must be microing his cav that is harassing the Spartans right now. But now they're going to get stuck in here with the Seleucids. I think he missed a really big opportunity there. Imagine if he charged in his infantry right at the rear of this thorax swordsman unit. He would save so many lives, and he would push through so much faster. Now, the Romans are still going to be able to push through this pretty easily, but you still could have saved a lot of lives. More and more Romans, man. That Roman spam, it's tough. Let's go back over this way and see what the Spartans are up to. Are they AFK? I mean, what are they doing? Why are their pikemen looking the wrong way? This formation looks really cool, don't get me wrong. We got some Seleucid cav running in the back that looks awesome, but what is happening here, Sparta? You're just letting your pikemen absorb all this ammo? What in the world? And now they're charging in. Now the infantry is like, look, the pikemen are dead. I'm going in now, and I'm going to take on these hoplites. And the best way to beat hoplites is get around them. And that's what's going to happen. With all these pikemen dead, there's now going to be gaps in the lines. And the Boii infantry is going to be able to flank around and get on the flanks in the rear of these hoplites. And it's not going to be a pretty sight. Here comes another charge of sword followers right into the next line. Which is good, because you want to keep these guys locked up so you can send a unit through this gap right here. Or send a unit over here. So yeah, this little checkered formation, not going to work. I don't think it's going to work. I mean, this right here is a problem. I wouldn't even go for the infantry. I'd charge these archers. The heroes of Sparta just kind of watching the flank happen. I don't know. Sparta's making me frustrated. But back over this way, and I only kid. I love you. Whoever you are, if you're watching this, you were Sparta. I only joke. Just, you know, next time move your troops around a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, but yeah, seriously, you should move your troops around, but, you know, I'm not actually upset. Okay, so the Seleucids are finally getting outflanked, and this has been kind of a nightmare for the defenders. Kind of a nightmare. They need to fall back. They need to fall back and reform and consolidate their forces, conserve their ammo, get their archers to safety, do everything they can to make sure they fall back safely, which this unit right here, which is a unit of throw spears, is not going to make it out alive because he's getting outflanked. And that's the thing, guys. When you're defending the outer walls and you need to fall back, you need to make sure that you get all your units back there safely. You don't want to leave any units open to be flanked or run down by cav. You want to make sure that all your units can fall back safely. But it looks like the Seleucids are coming over this way. And oh, look at this. We got some cav that Whoa, okay. I guess I missed this. I don't think there was a battle here. I think that this was just from the oil. But yeah, they push up some cav. Is it worth it though? And it looks like it's gonna be. They lost a lot of men just trying to get through that gate, which I hate going through gates because of that reason. But they actually do a sneak attack on the citizen cav and the archers. Bowie Eye pushes in with their cav, the heavy horse, and it is disaster for the Spartans, as this defense is getting a bit out of control. Now we've got the skirmishers. Oh no, these are Celtic bowmen charging in. So, hey, that's the one good thing, right, about letting your pikemen die to archers. The archers used all their ammo on your pikemen, so there's that. But now we got some Roman infantry mixing in with the Bowie Eye as they continue to push against a now mixed force of Seleucids and Spartans. It's a pretty cool fight though, just like scenery-wise. I really like this. And this map, I don't think I've played before or haven't recently. So that's really cool too. But yeah, big push over here by Bowie Eye as they continue to charge. They're now attacking the Spartan general. Rome is just crawling all around through this city here. Look at this. I don't know, you know, the person who sent this in, because this is a subscriber battle replay, the person who sent this in said this was a very close battle. Now, there's still a lot of time. There's 24 minutes left on the clock. So that means 24 minutes left of the battle replay, not of the battle itself, if you get what I'm saying. So there's still a lot of time. There's still a lot to see. So I'm hoping, I'm praying that the defenders can do something really awesome here and start turning, or do something to turn this battle around. And yeah, this isn't good. You can't get outflanked like this. If you get outflanked like this, you can't hold this position. But Sparta's fighting back to back at this point. He's decided to hold his ground over here and has his reserve units defending the rear of the front lines. The Heroes of Sparta versus Oathsworn, an absolute matchup between elites. Nice. Now I assume they still have a lot of units left. Now, where is the capture point? See, I never know where the capture point is on these maps. I assume, I don't know, we'll figure it out, but right now they're going all in against Sparta. We've got some Spartan hoplites over here getting destroyed. And this has just been one big mess. Now, Sparta's doing okay over on this flank. They're actually got some leftover units of Royal Spartans that are making a flanking maneuver, which, who knows, might break a bunch of the Bowie Eye or Romans that are currently focusing on this main line here. But no, Romans have some reinforcements. They throw in some Pila. It's the Praetorians, too, so they're easily going to win this if they charge in, but they're not. Kind of letting the Spartans walk deeper and deeper into this, this trap, essentially. Yeah, they are very depleted. Look at that, 35 men. They try to form some sort of, like, protective, like, shield wall, but it's just not going to work out for them. They're probably going to break, and they all kind of look like Abraham Lincoln. There goes a flanking charge with a heavy horse for the Bowie Eye. Rome is starting to cause some issues. Sparta pushing up extra reinforcements. Kind of got the Romans here surrounded. Uh-oh, here comes the defenders. They're coming back. Okay, I'm joking. But yeah, no, it's not a terrible move here. I think Rome pushed a little too hard, but in doing this, the flank of this unit is also exposed. So, little flank v flank v flank. But it's causing the Romans to break, which is awesome. Awesome for Sparta. Meanwhile, Sparta is holding like absolute champs over here. And this is what drives me nuts. There's really no reason that Sparta should be holding like this. There's really no reason. There's a giant gap right here. A giant gap. Which, okay, good. They're using it. So they are going to use that gap. But they should have done this sooner. And they're going to be able to get access to the rear of the Seleucids and the Spartans. And I think the town center's right here. Boom, found it. Okay. So they actually have a pretty easy position to defend. This town center, there's only really two choke points. There's one back here. There's one really small one up here. Now, hoplites, pikemen, are going to be very tough to fight through in a situation like that. So, Here comes the death, basically the jaws of death here, as forces come in surrounding the defenders. And the sad thing is, like, this shouldn't be happening. I think the Spartans could have easily have fallen back and gotten to safety to that town center, and they would have so many more hoplites to defend those 2 small choke points. The Spartans are going to put up a good stand. You know, considering the situation, the Spartans, you know, they're surrounded by Praetorians, Oathsworn, you know, just huge amount of forces. Considering this situation, the Spartans are going to hold pretty well compared to your average unit, because this is what they do. They hold their ground. They're very tough to break through. And that's what kills me about seeing so many Spartans die out here when they could be used more efficiently back over here. And look at, smart thing. Rome's doing the smart thing. He's just rushing in, and he's trying to get to this this road here. All right, if you get these 2 roads, you're blocking this one and you're blocking this one, you're going to cut off all of these troops. And this is what I mean by protecting your routes. You got to protect the fallback route. You know, if you feel like, you know what, I can't hold any longer, which he's at that point, he's been at that point, you need to be like, okay, I'm going to fall back. I'm going to fall back. But now that's gone. I mean, he still has an opportunity of falling back this way, but it's a closing window because he has a unit of citizen cav holding back Roman infantry. And sure enough, they're going to fall back and probably, yeah, they're breaking. Okay. So, yeah, he needs to get out of here, but it looks like Sparta's just gone AFK. I don't know what he's doing. The Romans are just, like, zigzagging through his lines. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but, yeah. Okay, there we go. The general's making a run for it. This one dude, like, took all of the Pila. His shield must be so freaking heavy. He's like, don't worry, I'll absorb all the Pila. And unfortunately, I don't think the general's going to make it. The Romans are hot on his trail. It's going to be close. But now the Romans are pushing over this way as well. Already just going at it. Already going at it. And there we go. Nice little volley there into the pikemen. Trying to soften them up a little bit. And that's what you got to do. You got to use all that Pila, all the jabbies. Try to soften up the pikemen. Use those archers as well. It's not going to be too difficult. But I think they're down to just this unit of heroes of Sparta. They got 55 kills. They're down to 50 men. It's going to be a tough situation for these heroes. And they will all die. But that's what the Spartans want, you know, die in battle. It's like, you know, the Spartan general's like, geez, guys, I know we want to, like, die in battle, but, like, it doesn't mean we want to throw the battle away. Like, come on, we got to protect our people. Nice little cav charge, though, by these cataphracts from the Seleucids. Seeing these cataphracts bring hope to me. It's amazing what one unit of cav can do. And just kind of looking at the overall... the way the attackers have been attacking and moving, they're a little sloppy. You know, they're just kind of going in. You got random units running around, and I think that's why this unit of archers over here got caught out. And now they're getting picked on by these cataphracts. So good on these Seleucids on doing this. Look at this choke point over here. But yeah, we got some Triarii moving in with some cav, the general's bodyguard. But the cav's just going to run away, and unfortunately they were not able to kill these archers completely. They might return to the battlefield. Probably will return to the battlefield. But once again, we've got an archer unit over here. They don't have any ammo, but this is kind of like a moral victory. Like, more, you know, brings up the morale a little bit. Like, oh, we just trampled a unit of 16 archers that don't have any ammo. How does that make you feel? You're like, whatever, you know. But it brings hope. It brings hope. Here we go. The Seleucids ready to put up their epic stand. They've got Thorac pikemen and they have normal pikemen. Behind them, we got some silver shield swordsmen looking the wrong way. That's gonna be good for archers. And then some royal peltis, which is an excellent unit there. So here comes the big push, guys. Good old Rome. Please tell me they're not gonna just charge into pikemen. Looks like they're just going to charge into the pikemen, and this is exactly what the defenders want here. This is what the defenders want. What I would have done is use all of my skirmishing capabilities. So, like, use all the Pila, archers, use all your ammo. Really try to soften up these pikemen. And, you know, before you charge, like, why charge? You know what I mean? Like, why charge in when you have the ability to sit back and skirmish down these pikemen? But it looks like they're kind of doing two things at once. You know, Praetorians are good, but they're not this good. And they're taking heavy losses. This pikeman unit's already at 81 kills. They just started fighting. This one over here is at 100, almost 200 kills. And they are crushing Rome. Rome needs to slow down. I know the attackers have been having a lot of success, and this happens sometimes, a lot actually, in battles where the attackers feel like, hey, we're just like, you know, bulldozing. We're like a snowplow. We're just going right through them. And then they kind of get a little too confident, and they fall into a situation like this where it could easily have been avoided if they just used more skirmishing. But did these guys break? Yep. These guys are breaking. And now they're just throwing in infantry into pikemen. There's a little bit of a gap here. There we go. Rome's using his noggin. He's trying to get through the gap. He's going to charge the rear of the citizen cav. Honestly, I would have just charged the pikemen. No, don't go for the cav. Go for the pikemen. Get them off the battlefield because they are literally killing all of the Roman army. They are killing all of the Roman army. Look at that. And then back over here, Rome still have some troops. They're kind of watching the rear because of that cataphract unit, which I don't know what happened to that cataphract unit. Is this... Oh, they're over here. Still have 40 men. That looks like some Bowie Eye soldiers are trying to chase them down. Rome needs to try, like, they need to send some forces this way. I think we got another unit of pikemen, though. They got another unit of pikemen. Let's see what happens with this unit. I hope they try to skirmish it down. Because if they can get through this, the whole back lines are open. It's just one pikeman. And just look at the absolute graveyard of just Romans here that have fallen to these pikemen. The pikemen are now down 409 kills. And this one, 111. Oh, 409 kills. And a lot of those kills are quality Roman infantry. My goodness. My goodness. All right, here comes another charge of Roman infantry. Let's see. Okay, I think they're finally doing the smart thing. They're sitting back. They're using their pila. They're using their skirmishing abilities. Let's see. Let's see what happens. We've got this Silver Shield swordsman unit kind of protecting the flank of the pikes. Are they throwing? This looks like a cool unit. I like this unit. But no, they're going. Oh, there we go. There's a toss. And look at how much weaker they are. They're already down to 77. This is going to be huge. This is exactly what the Romans should have done right at the start. And if I was the Seleucids, I'd send up a reinforcement unit over here. Oh, what? I guess they're still finishing off that Roman unit. Is that another unit of pikemen? How many pikemen do they have? I guess both Seleucid armies save their pikemen for the end, which is exactly what you should have done, and that's how you end up with a unit like this with 427 kills. But another pike unit's closing in, and that's not what the Romans want to see, because they are making a little bit of headway here against this pike unit, but there's a whole nother one they're going to have to fight through. Just inch them forward. There they go. Perfect. Good job by the Seleucids. It's exactly what they needed to do there. And even the pikemen that are depleted are at 165 kills. They're still getting a great amount of kills. And Romans, look at this. The Romans still just slipping through here. A little risky. But, yeah, I mean, the Seleucids need to stop this. And they are. They're sending both generals that way. They still have a Silver Shield Swordsman protecting the flank of the pikes. But just don't let the Romans get behind the pikemen. Another unit of swordsmen charging into the pikes. 450 kills, guys. 450 kills. Let's look at the reserves. They're starting to run out of troops. Over this way, once again, he just charged straight into a unit of pikemen. He got a rear charge with the cataphracts. And here comes more troops, but this isn't going to be enough to break through this unit of pikemen with the support of these cataphracts, who are now down to 30 men, but still, that's plenty enough to kill all of these troops. So this is a little concerning. I think the attackers just threw away. I just think they just threw away their chances of winning this, because they just charged into some pikes kind of just recklessly. And we still have a big push here. Rome is going for this gap, which the Seleucids still do not try to close this gap. They need to close this gap. Completely close it. They got to stop this. It's a stream of Romans that are just bleeding through. Get the cataphracts over there. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, he charged in some cav. Looks like he's trying to just quickly break this part of the force. But yeah, this is a problem. Get some cav over here, which they did. But it's still a lot of Romans who've made it through and causing some issues in the back lines, attacking these Syrian heavy archers. Which, do they have ammo? No, they don't have ammo. So just charge them all in, the Seleucids. Just send in these archers, clean up this mess, and plug the gap. There we go. Nice charge there with the Seleucid cav. The pikemen holding this position. Still, yeah, there's nothing that's going to attack this. The balance of power is now in favor of the defenders. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Wow. Okay. The defenders have turned this around thanks to the almighty pikes, which one of their units still having 511 kills. 511 kills. That means, so there's about, I mean, 120 of them. That's insane. 120 men killed 513. Now, what are they doing? Their flank is about to get exposed, but what is this move right now? What is this move right now? Hold on. Hold on. Let's do some slow motion here. The pikemen just gave up their position for Boii to charge in. Now the flank is exposed. The pikemen, I guess they were worried about the Romans coming in here, and they repositioned their pikemen. But this is giving the attackers hope, because the pikes are just getting completely outflanked. Another unit of pikemen are showing up. The Romans that have been streaming through are starting to really accumulate over here and really just increase in numbers. So there's still a chance. At this point, form like a box or something with these pikemen. That's what I would do. They'll just charge at you, you know? Problem solved. Okay, this is not looking good. What a crazy maneuver. Honestly, all they had to do was sit there. Oh, Sworn. Okay, Oathsworn going around the flank. This pikeman unit's screwed. They just lost the pikeman unit. Roman cav just charged in. Now they've got the Roman cav, and Sparta's still just chilling over here. You know, Sparta, you could be doing something right now. You could be doing something. Like, what are you doing? Just, okay. Well, they don't have to defend this back flank anymore, which is good, but I think the defenders can still win this. Nice little flanking maneuver here with the pikemen. I would have preferred them to stay on the front line, and Sparta, you know, Sparta would do something here with their cav. I mean, even just throwing them in. Just throw in this unit. You're going to help out your team. And Boii, come on. Come on. Oh, man. I guess I don't know what to say. I think the Seleucids are gonna. Well, the Roman general's dying. But Bowie is still going strong. They still have a lot of Oathsworn, which we've seen that before. We've seen the Oathsworn win in situations that were not favorable. And they're gonna break apart. They're gonna fall back. And the Seleucid, okay, not bad. If they can just protect the flanks here, the Seleucid troops, which... See what's happening here. Let me just slow motion again. This isn't good. This little small gap here. If I was Bowie, I'd just go for this unit right here. Quickly kill it. And slowly chip away at these forces. If you quickly kill this, you can get behind this unit. Now, charging the flank of the pikemen here is not a bad idea either, which he's doing. And they're... Oh, boy. I don't know why they're double teaming this one unit when they need to use this unit to take on this one. If you get what I'm saying. Like, why are they doing that? Now the other pikemen are coming over to help, but they still didn't take care of the Romans. The Romans still have infantry, so they're going to get flanked over here. Why isn't he just sending his general to hold these Romans back, then move up the pikemen? I just feel like it's a little messy here. Protecting your flanks are so important in siege battles. I really can't stress it enough. Oh, Sparta. Sparta could have been a huge help over here. Nice little charge. Look at that. 4 units of cataphracts can still do a ton of damage at a critical part of the battle. Let's see if they can break this unit of Boii. This isn't good. Seleucids are breaking here. Silver Shield Swordsmen are winning against the Sword Followers, but they still have to take care of this main general unit, which now the Seleucids are dealing with Romans. They're going to charge into the back of these Silver Shield. Honestly, I would have just ignored this and charged with the pikemen. But over here, there's a random unit of Boii deep in the lines. Sparta just chilling over here, just watching. I don't know what they're doing, man. Like, they're not even... Obviously, they haven't disconnected. They just, like, went AFK. They're just, like... And that's the thing that kills me, is that they could win this battle with this cav unit. They could easily run around, get some flanking charges on him. Okay. Alright, here comes a push with the Oathsworn. And, see, the good thing about Boii is that they've got they've got a lot of mini units which they can easily maneuver around and get around the flank. This isn't good. You got to... Okay, Seleucids, you gotta keep up with this. You gotta, like, shift your units... Form a box. I mean, do something. There we go. They're breaking Boii. Okay, they might actually still win. The defenders might actually still win. There we go. They're reshifting. Where is Sparta, man? They could charge and hit the flank of this general. All right, the Romans are now done. What is this battle? Oh, this is good fun. There we go. The Romans are gone. Boii, it's up to them to win this battle. This general hopefully won't die here. We gotta quickly kill this unit of Oathsworn. Boii are going for the quick... Well, it looked like he was going for the quick kill on the citizen cav, but... There we go. They're gonna turn back. They're gonna turn back. Okay, now they're gonna go for the cat. I don't even see, like, I'm a little like I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of just having a brain fart right now because I don't even know what's happening. It just looks like, okay, well, they're gonna kill the cav, which is good because it was pissing me off that Sparta's cav was just sitting there. They could have done so much. This cav unit could have done so much. Balance of power still in favor of the defenders. Just form a box. Form a box with your troops. Make like a triangle or something. Oh my god. What is happening? Okay, now they're not going to engage you. You've got enough units to form a square. And this is just, I'm just fast forwarding right now because this is just going to be a maneuvering nightmare for both sides as they try to find a weakness in each other's armies. What I would do is I would push this in and start fighting. Yeah, this general should beat this unit of Oathsworn. Use the pikemen. There we go. This isn't terrible. Just set up the pikes though. It's tough. It's tough. You know, pikes are a little funky in this game, so I can't really blame the player here. But let's see what happens here. We'll fast forward a little bit because, and now they're just gonna disengage the general, go for the backs of the pikes. The pikes are losing decisively. They're breaking. Oh God. Royal Peltis. Royal Peltis. Just watching, I guess, in the back. I'm literally like, I don't know what to say. Okay, and then the general charges in. And now he's going to be surrounded. But this general's just chilling and watching. I guess he wants to throw some of his jabbies. You don't really have the luxury of doing that. They are going to be able to throw some of them, but you've left this general high and dry. Radiohead style. And now they're going to charge in, and the defenders are going to lose this battle. So, okay. Now, first off, guys, this is just a video game. You know, all the players here, I think you're great. You're just having fun. There were some mistakes in here, and I'm not trying to like be an ass or anything, or, you know, like, oh, well, these tactics are terrible. Oh, you need to learn how to play, which is like half of my comments anyways when I am playing a battle. So it's not about that. It's just about having fun. If all these players had fun, that's what matters most, at least to me. Because it is a video game, but it is funny, and I mean this in a very kind-hearted way to kind of make fun of this battle because it was a bit of a nightmare, and I only do this in a fun way, of course, and hopefully the players can learn. If they're one of the players playing in this, maybe you can learn, or one of the viewers, if you're, you know, do something similar to this, you can learn. But basically, just to give you a little overview of this battle, the attackers did amazing. They poured in. They had great teamwork, right? Great teamwork. Got through a very poor defense. I think the biggest problem with the defense here from the defenders is that they had holes in their lines. They had troops getting outflanked. They didn't have a proper retreat route. You know, they were retreating and getting cut off. And right at like less than halfway through the video, I was like, okay, defenders, I don't know how you're going to lose this battle. You know, I don't know how. You're going to have to do something really, really silly to kind of throw this battle away. And what do? Well, they charge straight into two pikemen. One of those pikemen getting over 500 kills of really good, like Praetorians, Legionaries, cohort, just slaughtering them. And it just throwing in their units instead of just using skirmishers. So now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, how are the defenders going to lose this? How can they lose it? Well, the Seleucids, they shift their pikemen around because they're worried about like a couple guys behind them, which they easily could have stopped with all the reserves they had at the time. But they start shifting their pikemen around to deal with the flanking Romans, which they shouldn't have done. They should have just left them, used the rear troops, the reserve troops to deal with them. Just keep the pikes here because they're not letting in the Romans. But as soon as they shift, the Romans come in, the Boii charge in, and they, you know, they get through the flank, and the attackers end up winning. So there you have it, guys. What a kooky battle. Just crazy. Of course, the general, the Oathsworn general, doing amazing. Almost 500 kills. Not almost, but pretty close. Yeah, so it's really the general that did all the heavy lifting. 204 with the other Oathsworn, which is good. The archers did pretty well. Most of these kills were against pikemen. Not sure what Sparta was doing there. I feel like he almost went AFK. Like, look at all the units that got 0 kills. All of his cav. This one got 2 kills. His archers, like, this is pretty bad for archers. 73 is not terrible, but for mercenary Cretan archers, also he should have brought 4 units of bows, not just 3. Always try to max out. If you're doing max 4 archers or skirmishers, max out the skirmishers because they're so important to you. But His pikemen, 74-0. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. But yeah, so, and then here's the Seleucids. The Northern Cross did excellent. You know, he did pretty good with the archers. He did really good with the pikemen. He's the one who put up the last stand and did a fantastic job. Really good by this player. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but the Roman player getting the most kills in the entire game. So yeah, I mean, Rome, awesome Rome. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, guys, for today's battle. How did this happen? Oh, how did this unit get 0 kills? I don't know. But imagine if he stayed alive for the pikemen. That's the thing. You got to keep some ammo for the end game with the enemy pikemen. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up this video here, guys. This was a fun little video. Again, I didn't want to sound like a douche. I hope I didn't sound like a douche in this. But it was just more having fun, laughing. Just, you know, little jokes here and there. But thank you to Free Ghost for sending in the replay. This was quite fun. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time on the battlefield.